one of the most important components of the offer that you make to your seller is the offer price itself. How much money they're going to get, how much money you're going to get, how much money you can sell it for. So the offer price itself is one of the most important, if not the most important factor of your offer, which raises the question, should you visit the property before making the offer on the property, right? Should you go and, look at the property in person before you submit the offer amount? Now, there's a couple of different, sides, and each side has its own, opinions, pros and cons. But I'll go ahead and, give you a spoiler alert. I do believe that you should not go see the property, but when you make your offer, before you make the offer on the property. And stick around, I'll tell you why. But first, before we get into it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, for the content, for the boy. Make sure the channel keeps going, all that good stuff. All right, so when you are, getting your offer made on a property, you are, you're telling your seller why they should take, your offer above anybody else's. So your offer, the components of the offer can be, how quickly you can close, how long the inspection period, how much earnest money, and the purchase price. So there's a couple of different components outside of the purchase price, but how much money they're getting tends to be the thing that sticks out the most, right? So if you're going out to the property, it can be a good thing to, because it gives you the image of that you've looked at the property, so your offer is more legit than somebody who has not seen the property and they don't even know what it looked like. So how are they making the offer? So that is what most people think. They're like, okay, I got to go out there because it's going to sound good. And that's what most people think. And, it depending on your business model, depending on how your business is structured, I can tell you if you're somebody who's legitimately purchasing the property yourself, you want to be the one purchasing it, you want to take all the proper precautions, you're not worried about anything else, then that could be a good model for you to go out, and because you're going to be actually working on the property anyway. But if you're looking to scale your business, and if you're looking to, do more deals and, save yourself time and not waste deals, not waste time going through deals that won't be deals, then you need to get the property under contract first. It's very important, because if you're going out to a property and you're checking it out and you don't have the property under contract, you could potentially be wasting a lot of time. Even though you think your offer sounds good, you also, at this point in time, there's a lot of ways to find a great, offer online through systems, through formulas, through a whole lot of things. I'll show you guys for free, but you also got other things out there to where you can get the properties after repair value found and kind of, guesstimate how much repairs will be needed based off the criteria that you collect from the homeowner themselves. So you definitely don't need to go out to the property. So I gave you guys the pros of going out to the property, that's basically just making your offer seem more credible. And if you're actually purchasing a property yourself, you're taking, you're taking your steps, which you believe to be good steps. But even on that side of things, guys, it can be combated simply if you are purchasing a property yourself. You don't want to waste your time going out there and the seller just says, no, I don't want your offer, and you went to go see the property. And to me, I feel like people only go out to the property to make the offer because they feel like there's no other way. There's no other option. How can I possibly get them to agree and make them understand, because the seller asks this magic question right here. And if you don't really know how to explain this question, then you won't really know what to do. So when the seller asks you, how can you make an offer on the property and you have not even seen it yet? If you don't know what to say there, then you're going to be going out to properties and going and trading more time for money, right? So spending your time in properties, and faithfully it's for money, but it's possibly that they can just say no. So instead of gambling that, you can just learn what to say. And I give you guys exactly what to say in Cold Call to Success, the course. I'll tell you guys exactly what to say right there that has allowed me to have my business completely virtual for 2.5 years. So you guys should definitely go check out Cold Call to Success. That is in the bio. But the main thing there is, just, use the principle of thinking outside the box, and also just make sure you get certain that you're not going out to the property. When you decide that you're willing to basically give up the deal if they require for you to go out to the property before you get them under contract. If you're willing to put that in your mind, like, all right, if they're not willing to sign this contract before I go out and visit them, then you're going to be struggling and going out to the properties yourself, because you're going to struggle with if that's true. Just put it in your mind right now that no matter what happens, you are not going out to the property until you get the contract signed or until they are fully committed. And now, in the beginning of time, I did have a time period where I was visiting the properties or visiting the property and the owner to explain to them what I can offer them, and then they would just be like, okay, thank you. And it did not work. Like, it didn't work at all. They say, okay, thank you, I'll give you a call back. It's not to say that it doesn't work. That's not to say that at all. I'd have my other instances where there was a preset understanding of what was going on, as far as I was coming there for them to get the property signed or for them to sign the contract. So I was able to complete that, but just going on like a cold visit, that never really fared well for me. But to each his own. I'm just telling you how to create a virtual business so you can scale that business and it'll keep growing while, you don't have to be so hands-on. A lot of entrepreneurs, they like to be hands-on. I know myself, I like to be hands-on. It's really challenging for us to let go. That's the whole thing of us being an entrepreneur. We are, like to control what's going on. That's the whole benefit for us. But at the same time, we have to learn how to let go so we can have more freedom of time and, opportunity to do other things and put our focus on more important things. The most important use of your time is not to go out to the property and visit it. It's to find another deal just like that, because you have an abundance mindset. So if they don't match your criteria, on to the next one. As always, get to stepping.